Hello, welcome to another edition of the Pace Report. I'm Brian Pace. Trumpeter, composer, and now band leader Roy Hargrove makes his debut with his big band at the Blue Note here in New York City. I sat down and spoke with him for a few minutes to talk about his latest album on the Emergence label called Emergence. And this is really an expansion of his growth as a band leader. He was also the former conductor and band leader of the Dizzy Gillespie tribute big band, as well as he recorded a Cuban big band record in the 1990s. We're also going to sit down and talk about some of his influences growing up in Texas, as well as how he feels going from the quartet quintet to going to the big band. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the sounds of the debut of the Roy Hargrove Big Band live at the Blue Note here in New York City. This project is something that is a little different from you. You are now showing the world your creative composition skills, but also how you've been able to mandate how the musicians interpret your music.
Yeah. Oh, it's all me.
How did you come about writing the compositions for this band, and how did you decide to mix it with some of the traditional standards?
Well, I always loved to write, about, I don't know, maybe about 10 years ago, I just locked myself up in the jazz gallery and wrote about maybe 5 arrangements. And I told Dale I wanted to do I told James Brown, this guy used to run the Village Jazz Festival, that I wanted to go and do a big band project. So he hooked it up to where we had enough money to do it, and that was the first time. And ever since then, I've been trying to keep it moving.
You've also done other big band projects. You did a Cuban big band project. What is this album as far as your writing? Where were you musically versus where you were at least 10, 12 years ago?
Well, you always develop as time goes by. That's how it goes.
You've also done other big band projects. You did a Cuban big band project. What is this album as far as your writing? Where were you musically versus where you were at least 10, 12 years ago?
Well, you know, you always develop as time goes by. That's how it goes.
Who were some of your big band influences and arrangers?
Slide Hampton, Jimmy Heath, Ernie Wilkins, Count Basie, Duke Ellington, everybody.
What are some of the things that you are trying to say musically to your music fans as well as future trumpeters and arrangers in the future?
Man, I just believe in, making music in a melodic sense and playing with your heart and playing with feeling and giving all you have to it, That's all I can really say about that. I don't talk much. I just like to play, you know what I'm saying?
I know, and you're one of the most humble and one of the most meek brothers I've met in this music vein. And it seems like when you jump on that bandstand, you become Superman.
Uh-oh, look out now. Yeah. I like that. No, I bust out my cape every now and then, my boots. Make it happen. Yeah.
Today seems like big bands are just like a thing of the past, and it seems like no one really wants to go in and write charts and arrangements. And why do you think that has happened? I know it's expensive, but at the same time, I think some of the best jazz compositions stem from the big band.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a lost art, actually sitting down and writing something down. First of all, within the information computer age that we live in, most of the time people compose by using technology. But it's not that often that you can be organic in that way. Even then, but I was very fortunate to have some great teachers that showed me the way. And I believe in, it's good for me. I mean, it's therapeutic for me to sit down and write something and then have it played back to me. It's something that kind of helps also to build integrity, but at the same time, it heals your own soul.
What is it about the big band versus your quartet that you are doing as far as showing off not only your compositions but also your growth as a trumpet player?
Well, when you get to, in a large group of people and there's sections, different sections, different instruments, it promotes a certain amount of camaraderie and something that is also forgotten. People doing something, a large group of people doing something like one person. Most of the time, people kind of go for self nowadays, but the big band situation promotes camaraderie, which is something I'm all about. I believe that it's something that will keep the music very healthy.
you growing up in Texas, you one of your mentors and one of your musical heroes was the late David Fathead Newman, and he comes out of a great class of great Texas tenor and saxophonists. What was it about Fathead Newman that inspired you to really get into this?
Oh, he was a very soulful individual, man. I mean, when I was probably in about the 8th grade or something, we used to go to summer band camp, and my band director would always bring in one of his colleagues to come and demonstrate things for us. And he brought Fathead in one day. They were playing, let's say the tubas would play the bass line, the chameleon, and the drums would play. And Fathead took a solo over that with his baritone sax. And when I saw him do that, that was something that really inspired me to want to learn how to do that. He was improvising, And, we all learn based on the blues down in Texas, because it's what you hear every day, the blues. And, he was just real soulful. He was singing through his horn, and that's something that inspired me,
Every city or each state has a different unique blend of musicians or produces musicians. New Orleans, Detroit, Philadelphia, L.A., Detroit. What is it about Houston and Dallas and Waco? What are those cities doing? Because, now we got Glasper and we've got Jamira Williams. There's a lot of Texas talent coming out now.
Well, Texas, the talent has always been there. They just don't leave Texas. Thing is, it's like, if I could describe it in one way, I think that most of the people from Texas, we're very inspired by melody and, just really beautiful melodies that are lyrical. And, even the people that don't play music, they can whistle a tune or hum a tune or something like that. And also the whole church thing, it's the Bible Belt down there. And, the music that comes out of the church is something that is not even of this world, And that's a big part of it. A lot of us grew up in the church, and we have a very strong relationship with God, and that's what helps us keep going and play our music, proper.
That'll do it again for another edition of the Pace Report. I'm Brian Pace. I'd like to personally thank Mr. Roy Hargrove for his time, as well as the staff and management at the Blue Note. As always, please visit my website, www.thepacereport.com, for my weekly column as well as my past segments. Until next time, remember, if it's in the groove, it'll make you move. Until next time, peace.